Paul, Melissa, you have maintained in all your interviews that the reason for making Ghostbusters was to entertain people, make them laugh, make them have a good time. Mm-hmm. But because this film is headlined by women, it seems to have acquired a sort of larger narrative. I read this piece in the Guardian newspaper that said, if it succeeds, it's going to be a benchmark, but if it fails, it'll set us back and we lose all this stuff.
I read that.
Did you anticipate any of this?
No. Honestly, we literally, when it came to me at first, I was like, who wouldn't want to see a new Ghostbusters? That'd be so much fun. And here's the thing I will say, is that is from the vast majority of people I'm hearing from, talking to, everyone's excited. There's a small micro-minority on the internet who like to scream loudly, and the media picks that up and they amplify it. And it's just not what I've encountered at all. I've encountered nothing but enthusiasm from everybody.
Okay, so I don't know if it was a race thing or a lady thing, but I'm mad as hell.
But Melissa, do you feel the sort of pressure of having to make this work?
No, because I don't think one movie qualifies what women are. I mean, it doesn't define me. I don't think it defines women. I think if we come down to one movie, yay or nay, we're in a world of trouble. I think it's just cool that it's out there. I think it's amazing that my daughters will see 4 women in heroic roles. I think the whole time we were shooting, Paul kept showing us pictures of all these young kids, boys, girls, in Ghostbuster outfits. And I thought, that's cool that this new generation isn't thinking about that and isn't kind of categorizing. They're just going, we want to be the heroes. Yeah. So
because it's funny, when we did Bridesmaids, the whole topic was like, if this movie doesn't work, it's going to set women back. So it's like, and it worked. So it's like, when do we stop with litmus tests?
How many benchmarks do we need?
Yeah, exactly.
The bench is marked. Yeah. The bench is shredded.
It's done.
It's shredded to bits. It's kindling. Let's burn it and never speak of it again.
The bench has been marked.
You said about Melissa that she finds the heart in any character. And you said she never sacrifices three-dimensionality for a laugh. How do you actually do that? Do you think about it, or is it just instinctive?
To try to get a laugh? I never think about it in terms of a laugh. I try to always really, really think about it in terms of what if that character at that moment. I think the funniest things, at least for me as a viewer, is when a character or somebody is so truly believing what they're saying, no matter how ridiculous, how off-center, how wrong, how right. Yeah. The more you believe what that person's saying, then I think it becomes funny in spite of itself. And that's kind of the humor I think Paul and I both have.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no, the devil is a liar! Get out of my friend, Ghost!
Ow, that's gonna leave a mark!
The power of pain compels you! Ow!
If you try to deliver the joke, I think you're dead in the water.
And that's probably what we guard the most in everything we do is, would somebody really do this? Would this character really do this? Because that's when comedy falls apart, when you as an audience, you're with it and then suddenly somebody does something and you're like, oh, come on, who would do that? Yeah. Then you're kind of dead, versus it's okay to be crazy and you go like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that, but you have to believe that that person would do that.
Or it's like if you love a line too much. If I really sometimes love a line, I get too excited, for sure it's going to take. Because then I'm like, I'm like speeding it, I'm trying, and I know exactly when I look at Paul when I bombed it, because I was like, I wanted it too much. And he's like, you did. You just did. Well, let's move on. I'm like, oh.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh. Did you want to?
Sorry. I'll let you.
Next time. Okay.
So are you the Scorsese to her De Niro?
Gosh, well, yeah. Anytime my name is mentioned in a sentence with Scorsese, I'm very happy.
Yeah. Likewise.
Yeah. No, you know what it is? You find people that you just work well with and you get each other, and that's what we have.
And I saw on Twitter that Shah Rukh Khan has invited you to his home.
Yes, isn't that the greatest thing ever?
It is. And are you coming to India soon?
We're dying to come to India. Yeah, we have friends
really?
who are there all the time.
I'm dying to go to India.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. That's on like my first, when I get a little chunk of time off. I really want to go and spend some time there.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be fabulous.
We have to brag because we had dinner with Irfan Khan last night. So,
oh.
which was dreamy.
There you go. Be jealous of us.
That was really cool.
He is an amazing man. And his son is fantastic too.
Yes.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
So, Melissa, what are the advantages of midlife movie stardom?
You know, being 26 now, I think it's not that funny.
I mean, sorry, choking.
Your priorities, just what's actually important, and I think how much I appreciate the work and how much I appreciate that I get to go to work and do something I love from the bottom of my feet through the top of my head. And I think I know how unlikely it is. I spent 20 some years doing all the work. I still did plays. I still did everything I could do. I was still always on stage. No one wanted to hire me. And I think that was probably one of the best things that happened. I did the work because I loved the work. And then later in life, I got to actually do it as my job. And every single time I walk onto a set, every time I get to write something and work with amazing people like Paul, it's like I'm so completely aware of how lucky that is. Like it does not escape me for a second.
There are no overnight sensations. 20 years of work go into becoming an overnight sensation.
I remember when I met Paul, when I went in for the audition, and I was so nervous because I love Freaks and Geeks so much, and I couldn't believe, I was so nervous about meeting Paul and Judd, and then that Annie and Kristen had written Bridesmaids. I thought, oh, and then leaving the whole time, I was like, I had my one shot. If I could just get a line with Paul Feig, everything would change. I thought if I could get one line in a movie, and then I left, and I was like, well, that was too weird.
Yeah, and she left, and we were like, oh my God, who's this person? She's amazing.
Well, you're a huge inspiration, so thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Nice to see you again.
For more videos, subscribe to Film Companion. You can also check out our website, www.filmcompanion.in.